Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. This may sound like breaking news, but Dave Chappelle was able to make it on the concert because what I'm going to talk about is similar to the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. And good thing we have Chris Rock to comfort him. So just to the just so guys that you know, his stand-up took place in Los Angeles. So this is, I don't know if this is a similar situation to Will Smith, similar situation, but all I can say that he was attacked by some random nobody who's 23 years old. Good thing he got beat up after because the man was armed. The one thing I'm curious is that, why is that how security failed to check him? Especially somebody who's willing to go through all this trouble to tackle Dave Chappelle. And for people who aren't familiar with Dave Chappelle, he's a very entertaining black comedian. You could say he's a legend. He's very satirical. He says some jokes that are offensive, whether they are race jokes, but at the same time, the humor is like over the top. But the thing is, though, and people like the majority of people, this is the first time I ever seen him have this kind of issue before. There are people let's be real, there are people that will not like him for who he is, who don't find him amusing. But this is a first for me, honestly, where we actually am getting attacked. People might boo him, people might dislike him, but at the same time, I don't know whether the person who attacked him, whether he was influenced by Will Smith. He's just some low life, honestly, to even go through all the trouble. And I'm glad he got beaten up at the end of the day. Even though I don't know, even though I shouldn't condone violence, but he got what was coming to. Because if I were to show you a picture, I can't because the picture is graphic. He does have like a broken arm. He definitely has a black eye. He's bleeding out, and he's got cuts and bruises. And the paramedics immediately took him to the ambulance. But we all know the aftermath was that Chris Rock was able to comfort him at the end, and he was claiming it was that Will Smith, and then you could tell they're laughing. So one thing I 100% respect. Like, look at his appearance. Look at his shape. Look at his focus. Honestly, you look at his expression. You can tell that he was not phased. Just like in the photo on the left, he's not phased. He's just laughing it out. Like, it was funny because that shows that he's a true professional, and that you shouldn't let people who get annoyed discourage you. People who are willing to get offended by your jokes. That means the society we live in today is very sensitive. Dave Chappelle is one of those people who's already overcome that, and he knows what a joke is clearly. And the people around him that are around in the audience, in the background, respect him. They realize he's not serious, because sometimes in order to make a good joke, you have to go over the edge. And that's what he was capable of. Some people that who get offended, so he's fail to realize. People who don't understand what a joke is shouldn't even pay to go. Shouldn't pay $100 to go to this concert. Shouldn't even pay to see a comedian. They should be educated first before going anywhere, actually, because they're definitely a danger to society. And again, it's good that the best part is, like, Dave Chappelle, he came unharmed. He was laughing it off because he felt good. Honestly, he knows that, like, he has people backing him up. I'm sure, like, he has crazy fans. He has haters that will go off him, but not something like this. That means that guy himself clearly is out of touch with reality, and he's willing to go that far because whether he was offended by a joke or he's probably possibly another clout chaser. And again, I was hoping worse for the dude. The fact that he managed to make it out alive, he's lucky. And then he's able to go to the hospital for free, and a paramedic while on a stretcher. Lucky him. Imagine if you did this in the wrong area, the wrong neighborhood. Imagine you did this somewhere else. Whereas you have a rapper, whether you have a comedian, and he's entertaining his community, and you will attack somebody who is most respected by the people around him, by the people who surround him, you're in for it, 100%, seriously. But you can tell by his physique, honestly. you can tell that he's matured for his age. He looks a lot better. Not unlike his old comedian routine, like his old appearance. Considering he was young, that he looked he didn't let's be honest, he didn't look that confident. But now here he looks like he's gotten better with himself. He's able to get into shape. You can tell 100% he's worked on his physique. That means he's improved a lot from the past to like till now. He's definitely gotten a lot better, and he's been taking care of himself. Even if though he has a cigarette in his mouth, still won't stop him again. This man has definitely came a long way for sure. And what's interesting is that the attack against Dave Chappelle was prior to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock 6 weeks ago. So definitely, I'm not saying it had any connections with Will Smith, but in a way, it kind of relates because it seems like ever since Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, or Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, people are trying to create this new trend now. That's what happens when you're a clout chaser. People will try to find ways to get views by imitating somebody, or when someone is talking about it, or several other people start doing it, or someone very, very popular, they feel that it's necessary. In order to get the views that they want, they have to imitate even the most ignorant people out there, whether it's a celebrity or a famous YouTube pop idol, whoever. Because these people these days are fucking living a fantasy. They're completely like I said, what I'm talking about, they're living a complete fantasy. These are people who are fans of, who idolize these role models who happen to be influenced on the internet or on social media or on television or whatever genre, what like it could be horror, action, all kinds of films. But again, it really is scary the world we're living in right now. People are willing to take away common sense just to get a little bit of clout, or to be recognized by somebody, or to go after that they've been holding, that they've been fueling a lot of hatred towards that person for some time now. So they want to take that fuel and then be able to just like react. They want to be able to go out and express themselves, where even if it means embarrassing yourself, if it means going to jail, getting in a huge amount of trouble after, without thinking about the consequences, and failing to realize that there's so many important things you can do in your life to improve yourself. But again, we can see that Dave Chappelle has improved himself by a long shot, and he has nothing to worry about. That's why he definitely didn't seem phased, just like you see in the left photo. On the right, I'm 100% sure he was not phased. I'm sure he was confused. I would say he's most likely confused, because he was thinking, oh, is the same thing gonna happen to me, just like what happened to Chris Rock, where I'm about to get slapped because of a simple joke, when it's clearly my job, it's clearly his job. He has a right to say whatever he feels the need is necessary, and that's the point of being a comedian. And like I said, most likely, whether he said something that was adding fuel to the assailant, or he was fuming with rage because he was just fed up of hearing Dave Chappelle, or he felt that he thought maybe paying $100 for a ticket to see him would be worth it. That's what I'm saying. If you don't like something, you just don't be willing to pay to see them. That's all there is to it. And again, that was a complete utter failure. The thing about this man's situation is that he's not a celebrity and most likely will go to jail. Unlike Will Smith, at least though Will Smith is lucky. Chris Rock refused to press charges, but again, like it wasn't a big deal. He felt that he wasn't harmed, and in a way maybe he thought Will Smith reacted the way he did because either they're having some issues in the past, or maybe that one joke. Maybe he felt that that Will Smith reacted that way because he didn't like the fact that the joke was towards his wife because of the illness that she's suffering from. And again, this could have all been avoided if people could think with their brains, but clearly this world doesn't like to use their brain. And then if you don't think, especially this is not a critical situation, especially if it's not a critical situation, You can share a few. It's best to just share a few words and then move on with your day, which is clearly something Will Smith couldn't do, and just like the man that's about to go to jail. And he will suffer the consequences. I guarantee you, he's not Will Smith. If he thinks he'll make it out, then he's dead wrong. Because after he gets his issue resolved with the paramedics, after he recovers, most likely he's gonna have to. Dave Chappelle doesn't have to press charges, but most likely he's gonna have to head to court, and then he's gonna have to face the consequences, and then realize he might be adding some few years to his sentence. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.